Ryan Little.
Right, early start Torquay Golf Club. We've got Taylormade M3 driver in my hand. We're going to give you a my opinion review. Let's see what M3's got to offer, shall we? On course and inside numbers, sliding weights, hammerhead, all that jazz. Let's get stuck in. So first initial thoughts, first shot feels good. It makes that kind of similar to what you expect Taylormade driver to make. Titanium face, carbon top. It felt good. It was a decent shot. We'll get down and see how it's finished. We've got obviously twist face technology on this one, so what they're calling their kind of revolutionary design of face. We've got inside numbers testing, and we're going to do outside testing from the other model. I've not seen any benefit with their twist face, but we'll see if it's any different in this one. I can't imagine why it would be, because it's kind of the same characteristics, but we'll test it. Definitely, as always, very good looking driver with the silver top and the black, and then the black face. M3 logo, little bit of kind of lipstick around the outside, looks good. M3 does look, people call it a bit dated. It does look a bit for Ragnarok kind of styling, like I've said in other videos, but that would never stop me buying a driver. Decent tee shot right in the middle of the fairway. Like I say, it felt good, and it felt very Taylormade-y, which in my opinion is a good thing, kind of what I would expect. So we get the hammerhead on the bottom in the slot design on the M3. We see this also in the M4. We've got the two strengthening bars, if you like, at the bottom on either side, so breaking the slot that looks like into 3 segments, keeping ball speeds up and spins controlled from different parts of the face. They're saying it's some of the best kind of ball speeds and spin models they've seen from across the face than any other model. So Hammerhead Design, I mean, from this one and the old one, I've got some indoor tests, which we're going to see in a second. I'm not seeing a difference in the face, but it's kind of thing a robot test is going to show a small percentage increase. If you're going to see that increase, you need to go and test yourself, really. Let's get indoors and show you the numbers I was getting with this club. Well, we're moving the weights around as well. It's quite interesting. So indoor data captured with M3. So I started with the weight forward, so the 2 weights way forward in the lowest spinning position. You can see it's averaging at 1.9. It carried at 2.54, my longest being 2.59. What was interesting, in the strikes were all quite high toe, which is my kind of normal area of hitting that club, slightly higher than I would always kind of, I'd want every shot. You can see the red one highlighted there was a pretty decent strike. Yet that was a 2,900 spin, where I was getting as down as 1.6. Over 1,000 res difference. My strike playing its part, definitely. But I just felt in this part of the club, this club was struggling a little bit to give me a kind of consistent flight. But as you can see, my strikes were definitely varied. Now, if we go to weight back, so this is all the weights back and spread out into the corners, if you like, averaging 2.51, so dropped down a little bit in distance, but my longest hit 2.58, obviously again strike playing its part. Spin went up to 2.8, so from 1.9 to 2.8, again that track is definitely giving the fitter loads of options of moving spin models around, because I mean I'm getting big deviations, more than I've almost seen in any other club. And you can see there the strikes, high toe-ish to middle-ish, slightly better back to strikes, but was slightly disappointed with the distance, but obviously it was launching a little bit high. That's not where I would get the weight really in that club for me. I then moved it on this set to back middle, so it's far back in the middle of the track. 2.42, really poor performance when it got back there. Spins going from 2.3 up to 3,001. Again, 3 very different strike patterns, but as I tested it in the different settings, it was very clear to me that this club did really start to struggle in that high toe area. It just didn't like it. So where often, or all the time, I say I don't see the benefits of left and right dispersion with twist face, which we'll come back to, which I kind of don't, I do find that that high toe kind of hit for me is maybe it's worse spot. So maybe there is an effect of twist face, but for me, I'm only seeing it as a negative at the moment. Then I went to the weights in the middle, so where I game it in this video, 2.6 spin, around 2.4, which is not a bad spin model for me, slightly high, averaging 2.53, longest hit out there at 2.60, obviously my normal average 2.62, and you can see the strikes there again, not too bad to be honest. So considering the 3 strikes, I'm quite disappointed with the jumping distances from those 3 strikes. And this is what I worry about this club a little bit, and I'd like you to post comments down below, and I've got more tests coming. What was interesting, if you look at my dispersion here, I don't normally miss left and right. Anyone who watches my videos, I am not often missing left and right. I might have one move away from the pack, but there's normally a constant shape of shot, and they're all hitting into that area, apart from 1, maybe 2, subject to the number of batches I hit. But you could see from this club, I was getting straight ones, but I was also getting big lefts, and I was also getting big rights. I just find the dispersion with this club is some of the worst I've ever seen. And this is over, I'm recording this bit about the numbers actually after testing it again from this video. So you're going to hear me later on in this video probably say I could game it. And I kind of think I could just. But the more I hit this club, the more I worry about keeping it on the planet. And for me, with a driver, as anyone who knows me, that's just not something I worry about. So maybe twist face is having an effect, but for me, I only see it as a really quite negative effect. Let's get out there and finish the test. So the numbers are interesting from inside, aren't they? I mean, those weights are really moving that spin around. I mean, nearly up to 1,000 revs. My strike slightly higher on the face. I'm not sure it was performing that well from up there. Is Hammerhead maybe helping the bottom of the club a bit too much for me? But certainly able to get low spins to much higher spins by moving it around. So for custom fit, for adjustability, for dialing people in, definitely the movements in the weights is kind of impressive. I'm settling for the middle, that's where I was getting my best numbers. Forward definitely dropping down a bit too low for me. Back very high. And again, just seeing nothing with twist face, nothing at all. You can write revolutionary, but it has to perform in a revolutionary way, doesn't it? Or are we just happy writing it? I don't know, in my opinion. Again, that's a decent hit, and it sounds and feels really nice. And lots of people are gonna like the look of this. So the driver looks great, feels great, the numbers are decent, they're a little bit jumpy, but you definitely need to get this club fitted, work with a good fitter who knows how to move those weights to suit your game. But the club's allowing me to put it in the fairway and score, isn't it? And I kind of wouldn't expect anything else from a Taylormade driver, to be honest. Again, twist face down by the ball, you can't really see anything on that face. I think we're talking about ½ a degree difference. So the twist face technology, basically it's bending the club slightly higher and back in the toe and down to the ground more in the heel. You think that through, basically high toes overdrawing there, trying to get the ball to start more to the right, high toes lower spinning, so starting it higher keeps it up in the air a bit more, and then the low heel, normal shot, cut to the right, launches low, spins a lot, goes up in the air. They're trying to launch it a bit lower, so when it does spin up in the air, it's not topping out as much and starting it a bit further left. All sounds really good. I just don't see it. Does anyone see it? Post comments down below. In my opinion, I'm not seeing it. I'd love someone to show me that they're seeing it. Come on, prove to me, show me it. I can't see it. I can absolutely see why the better players are using this club out of the Taylormade family of tour players, which is impressive. You know, they're stable players, because I think that adjustability is going to give them dial-in options that they need. And if you look at the bottom of all their clubs, and that's gone so high. And that's what I was finding inside. Decent shot, high one. Just doesn't like where I hit mine. It doesn't like being hit up there, I don't think. The tall players, you ain't going to see the weights in the same position for two different players, which is great. A testament to how obviously fitting is important, that you go and get fit for these kind of clubs. Even with playing with all the weights, I am struggling to get a flight that I would settle with this one. But obviously loads are. Those tall players aren't playing clubs they don't like, are they? So this one ballooned up in the air, just missed the fairway. So accuracy's still there, regardless what's going on with the face. But as you saw inside, this one's come up kind of 10 yards shorter. Those kind of numbers are coming out here as well for me. Now, I wouldn't say this club obviously is 10 yards shorter. I would just like to work maybe a little harder on why that high ball happens. But there's also a big part of me that feels like I don't want to work that much harder. I want to be able to hit this club, which does get good numbers for me, and not get that high one. Anyone else, post comments down below. Struggled a little bit with balls off the top. I'm hitting high on those, so above the middle, slightly in the toe, which is my optimum hit. But I don't get the flight that I see from their other drivers as much as I want. Could I game this club? Yes. Concerns for me, the high hit on the face does feel a little bit weaker. So I would just need to work with that a bit longer, and maybe we'll do some more videos, give it a fairer, longer test. I mean, I did it a lot of shots inside, and it was the same pattern coming out each time. Do I think twist face is revolutionary? In my opinion, absolutely not. Do I think it'll help golfers over the space of a year? Maybe. Go and test, let me know if you think it will. I don't think it will. I just don't think you're going to see a big enough difference, and I'm pretty sure the R&A, USGA are confident that you're not, otherwise they'd look towards maybe not giving you that advantage. That's the problem all these manufacturers have got. You can claim revolutionary, you can claim world beating, but we're all playing to the same rules. So are we just playing marketing? Post comments down below, let me know. M3 driver, would you? Have you? Has it transformed your driving? Let me know, I'd love to hear.